Stephanie made a post on her Facebook support group page saying the following. A woman can only take so much, but what more women need to be doing is respecting the timing a woman takes to make changes. Right about when you think you know everything about a woman's situation from the outside, and you think it's time for her to leave. She's more than likely been contemplating and planning for months or longer. No good mother would keep their children in a situation they aren't thriving. But no level-minded woman is going to run and leave before they have a safe plan for what's next with their children and themselves. Mind you, I've been down this road before, and running to my own mother for help was the worst decision I ever made. She financially effed me over so bad, when all I needed was time to recover from ***. And I get that we've had years without contact and she very well could have put the work in and changed some of her hurtful patterns. But I've been testing the waters with her for months. She still lacks accountability just as much as Drew. I've actually learned that part of why I put up with Drew's lack of accountability for so long was because it was familiar and something I had to do my whole childhood with my own mother. It's actually nutty how similar their hurtful patterns are. Who knew I was searching for my own mother in my life partner? Woozy face. If there's one thing I do not lack, it's the awareness of how things need to change. But continually receiving ridicule as though I'm a horrible mother because the man in my life lacks accountability really weighs on me. I know I'm a good mum, I would do anything for my kids. And I'm effing trying to make changes. So now that I've given a little more insight, now that y'all are aware that my mum is not the escape route y'all think she is, and that I really do not have anyone but solo me to rely on making these changes, can you just have a bit more of an understanding? Just maybe. I could never imagine putting the pressure on a woman to change her life because the man she thought was her forever turned out being nothing like he was the first 6 months in the relationship. Sorry, long post, but I feel these posts give y'all insight. When I first started dating Drew, he was soft-spoken, so calm, always ahead of me with any needs in the home, meaning he never let groceries dwindle. We were never out of toilet paper or basic needs. And I get that he had a little bit of a savings when we first got together, which quickly got used because of us increasing the number of our family. He showed me a man that would sacrifice his time and happiness for his family, and I truly thought he was gonna continue to be like that. There was an incident with the kids when the girls and I had just moved in with Drew. The kids were too hyper in that small front room in our old apartment. They ended up knocking over the TV and breaking it. Drew was at work at the time, but I called him, fearful of his response because in my experience a man that finds out a TV is broken is enraged. To my surprise at the time his response was so gentle. He said, I have about half the money, if you could spot the other half let's just buy a new TV. And that was that. No yelling, no misunderstanding, just a solution. I felt such a sense of peace, like I finally found someone who didn't create mountains out of molehills, somebody who would help me heal generational curses instead of adding to them. I still truly believe that it's just life stressor that is stripped away. The man that I first started dating, I still see him underneath, and that's why I've given so much time believing we could work towards better. But if an adult can't work on themselves without it affecting their children and lacks accountability to see that they're doing that, there's not much I can do to keep trying.